So today what I want to talk about, it's a video that I've been planning on making for a while, and I've been saying for a while I'm going to make it. If you've ever seen any of my videos before, either you've noticed or I've pointed out that I hold my yarn a little bit strange when I'm knitting Continental. It's not extremely strange, it's just a little bit of a different take on how most people hold their yarn, and I always say I'm going to make a video to show you why I do that and how I do it. And today's the day I'm gonna do it. So today I'm gonna show you why I hold my yarn the way I hold my yarn. So I think this is true for a lot of knitters. When I first learned how to knit, I learned with the throwing method, or also English style it's sometimes called, where I hold the yarn in my right hand and I knit. And I wrap the yarn with my right hand, and it's a little bit slower, but it worked for me and I really love that method. I honestly didn't even know another method existed, and then I found out that about this Continental style where you hold the yarn in your left hand, and it's supposed to be so much faster and easier. So I tried it, and I don't know. See, I can kind of do it now. So here's the thing. I always say my fingers are a little bit short in proportion to the palm of my hand. Maybe that's it, maybe it's not. But when I sat down and I was determined to learn how to knit Continental, I could not do it for the life of me. And so, what I ended up doing, this may help you if you have tried to knit Continental and you just cannot do it. What I did is I sat down and I put my needle in and I held my yarn in my right hand like I usually did, and I looked at how I held it, and you'll notice I hold it on my middle finger, and how I wrapped it, and I watched how I naturally started doing it with my right hand to figure out maybe I can transfer that to my left hand and that's how I can make it work. So that's what I did. I moved to my left hand and I decided, you know what, I'm going to try it on my middle finger. And so that's what I did. I put it over my middle finger, and I found that I could reach the yarn so much easier. And then I also noticed, well, hello there.
Can I see myself in there?
Not right now. Hang on, sweetie.
I need to talk to you.
Okay, hang on just a second. So what I do is I also realized I can use my index finger to hold my yarn there, because the biggest thing that annoyed me out of my mind was that the yarn on my index finger kept falling down and it was driving me crazy. But if I put it over my middle finger, I can hold it there with this finger, and then it doesn't fall off. Hi there, friend. So then the other bonus to this is how I knit, or how I purl my stitches with my yarn like this. So the biggest advantage is when I'm moving from a knit to a purl, I hold my finger here, I just boop, push that through there, my yarn is in the front, and then my index finger is free to push the yarn down, and it lets me do a purl stitch that easy. It holds, instead of having to really wrap, my finger pushes the yarn down around it so it stays on this needle as I pull it through. So it's actually just as easy for me to purl this way as it is to knit. So if you have a modified version of Continental knitting that you do, please tell me all about it. I want to know. I'm not the only one doing something funky here. And if you have any questions or comments about this, please let me know below.